Was
That's
it
what I
A few
think.
bars there.
Because
The
Evans,
exit.
yeah, you would take Jones down to Evans, and there. What I was thinking of, there's a big building, looks like a bar, restaurant, something like there, right there. I wasn't seeing it down there.
Mhm.
And Evans is right there, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I could, but realistically, anywhere here would be across the street.
Sure,
You know?
sure.
You're not going to say, yeah, across the street, 3 blocks down on the left.
Yeah.
It's just right, just basically across the street.
Yeah.
But I also think the issues he had with his family, because was some of the deals that he'd made that fell through.
But that's old. That's when he was substantially
know.
older.
But
Mhm.
I think that he kept away from his family because of embarrassment.
But that was well after the fact, though.
I know.
He had 50 years
Yeah.
of isolation before that happened with
Weeder.
Weeder. Yeah, that was when we were in Grand Junction, and he ripped his brother off for $20,000. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Oh.
He did his brother dirty.
And when
That was the dude that owned the shoe store.
And then he blamed it on him.
Yeah, and then he blamed it on him
Right.
because Weeder wanted to see how his investment was going and how the books are, and Dad got just the same old story with everything else. He got all shitty about it.
You don't like the way I'm running it? You run it.
Yeah,
Bye.
and he wasn't doing it right. But he was long estranged from people before that happened.
so
Because I was around when all of that deal went down.
I think he was kind of concerned as to how the rest of the family thought of him, and he stayed away.
But he was staying away long before that, Marla. Do you understand that?
Kind
That's what I'm
Kind
saying.
of his nature.
Yeah,
His
that's what I'm saying. This,
Yes, I understand, but I think it continued, and he's not really been a family man, but I truly, truly feel because of the past 2 years and the time he's had to think being in a nursing home, right, about himself and his own demons and seeing us once a week and looking forward to seeing us once a week. I think he's realizing what's important to say. And he's very proud of his children. He's very proud of all three of
but
them.
I don't think he had the cognitive ability in the last 2 years to think clearly about anything, let alone self-reflection.
Yeah. It's not.
I don't believe that for anything.
There's moments of
Of
I-
clarity,
Yeah.
but I think, and then of course you guys know a lot more than me, but I think those are few and far between.
Well, yeah, but he's mellowed out, hasn't he?
Yeah, but his whole world has changed.
He's mellowed out through, this sounds bad, through force.
Sure, yeah.
It's not force, but
Out
out
of
of,
his choice.
out of uncontrollable circumstances outside of his control. Because if he had the control, he wouldn't even be around.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, sure. Does he enjoy you guys coming? Absolutely, he does. I don't question that one bit, but I don't think there's. Given the opportunity, if you got a leash on a dog that's a runner, it's right there. Take the leash off, the dog is gone, never to be seen again. That is Richard.
Yes.
And he would do that today.
Oh, yes.
If you showed up and said, hey, guess what? We've decided to let you be you, boo, and you gave your keys to the truck.
So
See ya.
you kids, you two, can't speak for Chris, but do you feel like he's proud of you and what y'all have accomplished? Because all of y'all have done well.
Intermittently.
Yeah, I think when it suits him, he does. But I don't know how Rick feels about it, but I don't look to him for approval. I don't, and so let's say yes. The answer is yes. So what does that mean? So he's proud of us, and so what? And I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm saying,
No,
but so what? So he's proud of us. So what?
It's easy to be proud because you drop it and leave, no problem. It doesn't take effort.
Yeah. So I mean I don't.
gosh, wow.
And it's hard to prove that it's real or not.
Mm.
Wow. Okay.
But really break it down. Whether he's proud or not, it's not going to change what Rick does every single day, day in and out. It's
Or
not going to
Jill,
change.
or Chris.
Yeah, but Chris is a different situation because I don't. It's completely different with her, and it's not because of all of those other circumstances. It's just the way the dad treated her from day one, which is great. But I'm just saying, whether he's proud or unproud or around or not around isn't going to change what I do every single day or what Rick does. Rick is the same person regardless of what Richard thinks.
Okay. And y'all have every right, but we started this with how is it that we're survivors? And that is part of it is.
And realistically, stop and think about that, okay? I mean, saying that really being funny. So do we got it any more worse than that? And I don't know your family history with your mom and your dad and like that, so I can't speak to it. But any different than Michelle and her dad not being around and the stuff that went on with her mom that was not cool and kosher. So, Michelle is a survivor too. And you could say that just about any kid. So realistically,
Totally.
every parent does. Some parents do better than others, but realistically, I mean, me and Rick, if we're just talking about Richard, me and Rick are both, we both love our families. We go to work every day. We take care of our families. We do the very best. We do the very best that we can. And we can't, if we didn't do that, it'd be wrong to blame Richard.
So then let me ask you this.
But do you get that?
I totally get that.
Because his success or our, whatever you want to call it, success, our functionality in society is not because of him. And if we failed in society, it would, by society standards, we didn't work, lived under a bridge, we didn't take care of our family, we were these things, that would not be his fault. That would be my fault or Rick's fault.
True. But let me ask you this. This is just another thought. Because of how he was in y'all's childhood, is that what made you different than following his footsteps?
Depends on what you mean by how he was.
Well,
You have to be there to be a was.